good evening all. Welcome to today's discussion on futuristic landscape for electronics and communication engineers. Today we are having Dr. Navin Kumar, who currently serves as the chairperson and professor at the Department of Electronics and Communication, Amrita School of Engineering, Amrita Vidyapeetham, Bangalore. He has over 24 years of working experience in government, industry and academia in IT and telecommunication area. He has more than 10 years of overseas experience in teaching, research, and development. Before getting into the session, if you have any queries, you can just type it in our chat box. We will discuss it at the end of the session. Without further ado, I would like to welcome Dr. Navin Kumar to deliver today's session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, madam, very much, and thank you all for joining this session. I welcome on my behalf, I welcome on university behalf, and all my colleagues, all my friends, and university. So first, let me check it, and I will share the presentation, and then get confirmation about audio, video, and all this thing. Then we will start. So please confirm if audio is correct and presentation is up. Madam, can you confirm me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And change is taking place?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, welcome to all of you. Welcome to this session. So as Madam explained, I'm Dr. Navin Kumar from Bangalore campus, and I'm going to highlight some of what the topic is today, why especially the electronics and communication engineering, what you have, the scope for this special branch. So let us go to that. Before going to the subject, I would like to take 2 minutes to explain very briefly at the university level what we have. Some of you must be already connected and must have watched the video which was running in the university. But those who miss this may get benefit of those small part, but it will be very brief, and then we will go ahead. So as you know, you might not understand very well what is the vision, what is the goal and mission, but never mind, because when we do something, when you are planning to join somewhere, you must have the vision, you must have the objective, what you want to achieve in life, what you want to do in your life, and so on. So everyone should have a goal. So similarly, the department, the university has a vision and the goal. So we need to define it. And our vision, our goal, our mission is very, very clear, right? Education for living and education for life. So this means that we impart the training, we impart the education in such a way that it becomes very, very realistic. And similar is our work, our research work. Okay, so to be very brief, this is what. And you may be knowing very well, we call it as a international mother, the Amma. So this is her vision, that education for life and compassionate driven research, which you might not understand at this stage, but later on you will realize what is the research and what, and then global impact. It should not be limited to the region. It should impact at the world level, at the global level, right? So that is the mission and the vision for the university. In the video, you must have watched that the university is very young, 20 plus year old, but in this short duration, the achievement, if you look at, the achievement is tremendous. And this is not that something it can happen without doing things. So what we are doing, how we are today, and how in this short duration we have come up to that stage, it needs to be understood by different people, and you can imagine how we have achieved this. So right now there are 6 campuses we have, right? Amritapuri, Bangalore, Chennai, Coimbatore, Kochi, Mysore, and out of these 4 places we are running this engineering different courses, right? So this is very brief, but other statistics, as you can see, 20,000 plus student, number of programs we have, discipline, faculty 2,000 plus, and PhD holder doctorate faculty is close to 1,000, and so and so. So this is a very brief statistic and achievement of our university. And also you must have watched that there is a university which have a lot of competition and ranking, right? So in many places, they have an institution of eminence, which is a great at our level. Government has recognized and granted, and you can see we stand number 1 position in some of the area at the global level. And in India, we are the 5th best university as well. So this is a brief about the university that we have. You take the faculty, you take the student, a lot of research, a lot of funding, a lot of project, paper publication, patents that we have in our stock collectively done by student and faculty member. Right? So that is a very brief about the university. You can go through to the website and see a lot of videos are there around, which also you can see. But the question here is, in this today topic, what is there for you? So I'm going to talk to a focus part. What is there for you in engineering? What is your plan? How can you go ahead? What this special branch offers to you? So what is there for you? Right. So first thing, at your age, when you are planning for your career, right, you might have several options, but you might not sure what I should do. So I go for engineering, I go for medical, I go for account, I go for economics, I go for general science, I go for MCA, BCA. Lot of things are there in your mind, and you must be discussing with your guardian, parents, and might be career counseling as well. So this is the stage that you are in, right? So when it comes to career planning, what is basically the career planning? So this is a phase you have. First, we have to understand about ourselves. It means you have to understand about yourself. Now, what you have to understand about yourself? What is the self meaning? Learning self means everyone has some interest, right? At your 10th, 12th, 11th, you find that, okay, I'm very good in mathematics, I'm very good in physics, I'm very good in chemistry, I'm very good in economics, I like it. So like this, you have some interest. Everyone has some specific skill set, some passion to do, and of course the personality. This stage, it is not that personality where we have every kids, they have very good personality or so and so, but it develops slowly. But you have some specific interest, passion to do, right? So that is what it called the first phase, learning about myself, right? Then it comes about exploring my option. So I told you, now there are a lot of options what to do. Should I go for engineering? Should I go for medical? Should I go for general science? Should I go for arts? Should I go for accounting? What I need to do? Do I need to go to sport? Just forget about the study and so on, based upon your interest. So you have to explore it. What? And if engineering is the option, no, I'm very interested in engineering. I have the activity, I have the creativity. Then in engineering, again, you have a lot of options available. What to do? Should I go for aerospace? Should I go for electronics communication? Should I go for CSE, computer science and engineering? What? Mechanical? Where I should go? Biomedical, biotechnology? What branch should suit me and where I should go? That is the option available. So you need to explore at this stage, and you must be doing it. So this session will help you some of this in your career planning. Then next comes to looking for opportunity. Now, if I choose an engineering, what is the opportunity available to me? Where I can find work? Can I go for a startup? Will I develop my ability to do something, to do startup, to start myself, or work where I will work? Will I find a place in MNC? Will I find a place in a small MSME, or where? Or I'm interested in teaching what I have to do, right? So after deciding the options which you have, then we need to go for the opportunity. So what are the opportunities available in those options which or the option that you have selected? And then comes on the final one, which is job success. So if I get a job in, let's say, semiconductor industry or aerospace industry, how much I will be successful? Should I choose that career or not? So what is the success rate? What is my interest? So these are all together, which are the steps in your career planning. So we understand that you are in this stage of the planning, which you must be thinking, you must be discussing with your close guardian, parents must be discussing with other friends and seeing that what we should choose, where we should go, right? So that is important phase, and that this might help you for this, right? Now at our university, EC, Electronics and Communication Engineering program, it is NVA accredited. Now, NVA accredited, what does it mean? Many of you might be knowing what is the importance and why we are highlighting this NVA accreditation, right? So I don't have to say, because if a program is NVA accredited, means you go to any university in the globe, you are recognized, you are separated, your degree is valid without any hindrance. There is no inspection, no verification worldwide. It is that validation is, right? So that is the advantage. You move anywhere, you go. Okay, you see program from Amrita School of Engineering, this NVA accredited, very good. You are accepted without any further query, right? So most in our ECE program is NVA accreditation. Now the next question comes, why ECE? What is the future of ECE, Electronics and Communication Engineering? Why should one select this option in engineering, right? So I'm going to highlight, it is not that I'm ECE faculty or I belong to ECE. I'm not going to talk about, of course, I supposed to, I'm not going to talk, but it is a reality which you will realize that why one should select ECE as an option. Okay, I will give you a few examples to justify and give the reason for this. Okay, so Electronics and Communication Engineering is a core branch. You know, many people sometimes think that it is a core, it is a hard subject, it requires a lot of work and so on. Yes, relatively it is good, but you are coming for a study, right? When we study, we have to spend time to study. It is not a leisure period. It is not a tourist place where you can enjoy. No, we are going to spend anywhere for any branch 4 years of time. So you have to work, you have to dedicate. So it is a core branch, but the biggest advantage you have, it fits very well into multidisciplinary area. Any other branch, core branch you take, they do not fit as a multidisciplinary, but being in ECE, it very well fits. And I will give you some of the examples to show how it fits that, okay? But what is the multidisciplinary? Just a simple language to understand a multidisciplinary. Use your skill, what you have got in ECE anywhere. This means that ECE can be employed, can work where the mechanical engineering is needed. ECE graduate can work in civil construction part, civil engineering. ECE can work in space technology. ECE can work in medical. e-health, ECE can work in agriculture, ECE graduates can. This is the meaning of multidisciplinary. And ECE gives you that skill to have a lot of opportunity, or if I say anywhere to work, okay, which other branch does not give you. Look at the industry trend, just to justify my statement, just to make it clear why I'm saying, I'm going to prove you and realize you, yes, ECE is the branch which you might be interested in. So look at the industry trend today. I'm going to give you some statistics. For example, semiconductor manufacturing. Semiconductor, you must have studied 10 also, plus 2 also, right? Semiconductor, PN diode, and all these things. What is happening? Now, until today in India, we do not have a fab lab, fabrication lab. We do not have manufacturing plant, semiconductor. Mostly it is located in China, USA, Malaysia, and other countries. But because of current situation with China, now everyone is looking at India. And in India, the government is also supporting. I will give you some of the statistics in semiconductor manufacturing, and the plan in India in next 5 to 10 years. And that will give you some visibility that how you are going to fit into this industry, semiconductor. Last December, this means that just last year, the government approved $10 billion incentive plan to boost semiconductor manufacturing in India. You can imagine, you can think of, right, that it is a government support that they have come out with this plan. India wants to be a leader in semiconductor industry. Okay, so India wants to be leader. Now, you know the situation, current situation with China and over the world, right? Now everybody is looking at India. India would like to encash this opportunity and convert this into a manufacturing hub of semiconductor. And this news, if you trace, it is the latest news in April this year only. It is estimated to attract a capex of approximately 4 trillion INR rupees, 4 trillion market or capital investment in this semiconductor area, and it will happen in India in next 5 years, and has the potential to generate employment over 3 million skilled and unskilled manpower. 30 lakh, 3 million in next 5 years. Now, unskilled and skilled semiconductor. Now, if you are a skilled, who is skilled in semiconductor? Is a mechanical engineering? No. Who is there? EC graduate, right? You are the skill. So if you even you count 50% of the manpower, 1.5 million in next 5 years. It is just very minimal. In the ground, it will be much higher than this. So you can imagine, you can visualize this space in just one industry, semiconductor, what will happen in next 5 years and next 10 years. So there is a big scope, big scope for EC graduate. Let us take another industry, automotive industry. Automotive industry, you know, autonomous vehicle, autonomous car. What is autonomous car? This is this situation. The car without pilotless car, and it is full with sensors, full of communication devices running themselves without any driver, right? And this is tomorrow scenario. So you will find that on the road, no pilot is there, no driver is there, and we have. Now those dots you see, it is a communication, right? So you can see that one car is talking to other car, communication. Who will work in this communication? Either mechanical engineering, civil engineering. Civil engineering will of course put the infrastructure, roadside unit, and so on. But otherwise, in vehicle, who will make possible this communication? It is you, EC graduate. And how they will communicate? Where is the hardware? Electronics, right? So this is a trend, and you must be hearing autonomous vehicle and so on, right? So you have a big opportunity to work in this area. Let us take healthcare industry. It is advanced technology and the job you have in healthcare. You have a lot of you are visiting. You must be hearing about something called as a remote surgery. How it is happening, remote surgery? How it will happen? Something which I can control remotely without communication? No, right? So communication has to be there. Who will establish the communication? Who will put the infrastructure for communication to be controlled remotely? It is you. It cannot be set by doctor. It cannot be by clinic, by surgery doctor or any doctor, right? Doctor will do the operation, right? They will mimic the operation. But who will put the infrastructure for communication? And remote surgery is happening. How it is happening today? It is happening because of communication, 5G, 6G, and the robotics, which how I want to control them, they control it. No, there are a lot of challenges, of course, because if I do it something here and it takes place after a minute, it is not that we want. We want instantly, within a millisecond, it should be done there. When I do something here, it should be instantly being done at a remote location. How it will be done without communication? How it will be done without electronics, right? So this is the situation of health sector, health industry. It means you have the opportunity, huge opportunity in this industry, right? You must also be listening about smart city, right? For example, a few years before, our government plan is to have 500 smart city. Can you imagine either Chennai, Bangalore? If Bangalore is made in a smart city, how many sensors, how many communication devices would be required? Millions and billions. Are we going to import all of them? And how frequent we will import? No, we have to make it here. Who will make? Who will do this designing? Who will fix it? Who will ensure that the communication infrastructure, the sensors, the smartness, the intelligence is maintained? It is you, right? So you see here the potential that you have, job market that you have in the smart city case. A smart city uses modern information and communication technology. Most of this, leave the road. Road is also intelligent. Road is also smart. Take this water flow. It is intelligent. It is smart. You take transportation because it is intelligent transportation, smart transportation, right? Everything you have, which is nothing but your work. That is ECE work. Let us take agriculture. Agriculture is our prime, right? I mean, we say that 70% of India relies on the agriculture. Now, what is happening today in agriculture? How we leverage the communication or ICT technology in agriculture? Today, we want everything to be monitored, right? Everywhere we have sensors. We have a sensor, but the sensor itself does not serve the purpose. Sensor information, I have to know it. I have to take it. I have to transmit the sensor information to a remote location where I have the control room. We analyze the soil humidity. We analyze the dryness. We analyze the plant. We analyze the seeds that it has, and we do a lot of analysis. How do we do? If we do not have communication infrastructure, you do not have what we call it as a wireless sensor network, how it will be done? Do you think it will be done by mechanical engineering? Do you think this will be done by civil engineering, aerospace engineering? You are the first target. You are the person to do this, right? So and lot of today you see the farmers, right? They get every information in your mobile phone. Application development. So you have the basic infrastructure, communication infrastructure, ICT in place, and then over to you develop an application, and using that application, the people can monitor everywhere and anywhere. Now we have smart farming in the agriculture, right? You have robot to do smart farming. How they will do? Robot, okay, mechanical engineering is making all these things, but who is making it intelligent? Who is ensuring that sensor reads it information and according to that it will pass, it will do the activity? You. And you see, in all of this activity, you have interdisciplinary or multidisciplinary. You are working with CSE, you are working with mechanical, you are working with civil, you are working with all this, everyone else. You are working with farmer, you are working with what can be other discipline which gives you this opportunity. You must be hearing about farm drone, right? So we have a drone now. With the drone, it does everything. It cultivate, it water, it harvest. The drone does everything. Now, if drone does not communicate, if drone is not simply a passive drone has a lot of communication devices, lot of sensors to do this activity, right? Who will be doing this? Do you think that farmer will do all these things? No. Tomorrow we will become farmer and we will be doing this. We are going to support farmer with all this technology to ensure that our production increases and the profit to the farmer increases as well, right? So agriculture area. You must be hearing about Industry 4.0, right? Industry 4.0. What is Industry 4.0? Was there 3.0? Was there? Yes. Industry. If you visit industry, you see how the machine runs and how things happen. But with 4.0, what are the different you have? Now, Internet of Things, smart sensor, advanced robotics, analytics of the data, printing, 3D printing, AR, augmented reality, virtual reality, cloud computing, location detection. These are all integrated in a factory within the machine, right? And they do automatic work. So if you happen to see the processing, what it happens, how it happens, and it happens accurate, much better than manual when we do it, right? So this is Industry 4.0, but people are talking about beyond. It means 5.0. What will happen in 5.0? They will be much advanced. They will have a lot of intelligence. Now this 4.0 is the beginning. It is sensing, automatically doing things, but intelligence, smartness has to be brought in at every place, every space in the manufacturing plant, in the industry. Who is going to work on to this? Without communication, without sensors, without smartness, without intelligence, how those things, passive devices will work? You see the scope of ECE in this industry, right? And Industry 4.0, it does not apply to any particular industry. It is a food processing, it is a paper processing, it is a this plastic production, it is a wood processing, anything. All this industry, you take any industry, the processing and the machine that deployed, the work they do, they have to be intelligent, they have to be smart. And how will you make them intelligent and smart? With the help of sensors, with the help of communication, with the help of electronics onto that, right? So you see the picture, you see the scope of the work of ECE graduate. Then comes Internet of Things, IoT, right? IoT, you must have done some piece of project as well in +2 or something, and you must be, many people might be interested in doing at home also, right? You make your door automatically close, open, you make your room light off and on, you make your room light according to the ambient temperature, and anything, right? How it will happen? All this requires electronics and communication. Without communication, it is not going to happen. It has to be integral part. And communication is built. How they built? It is built with electronics devices, right? So you see the scope, you see the utility, you see the future where we are going to work and where EC graduate going to work. You can compare civil, you can compare mechanical, you compare ABCD, but the multidisciplinary, the interdisciplinary work that it gives you, ECE gives you, no other branch is going to give. Right? So these are some few examples I try to highlight to visualize you, to let you know what is the scope of EC, right? And take any industry, right? Electronics and communication is compulsory today. Any industry you take, I gave you a few examples, but you pick up any industry and you will find electronics and communication. They can say they are ECE, they are inherent, ubiquitous to say that. And if it is ubiquitous, if it is inherent, it means if I'm EC graduate, I have a scope to work here, I have a scope to work here, I have a scope to work here, to work in any industry. Okay? What more? What else we have, right? Okay, industry, anywhere we can work, an EC graduate. What extra, what other things, opportunity we have? For example, if you are interested in research, you are interested in higher study, basically you find EC graduates, right? They can do any specialization. They get admission in CSE, computer science and engineering. For MTech, they get they can do master in AI, data science, anywhere they can do. But do you think a data science graduate, they will able to do master in electronics and communication if they are interested? Not possible. But you can do. Why you can do? Because you have sufficient background, you have sufficient knowledge of those subjects as well. So EC graduates can complete master or any specialization in many of the area. Therefore, if you are interested for higher study and research, there is a huge opening with EC as a background. Huge opening. Okay. Professional growth. In my understanding, how professional growth comes, professional growth, right? How it is developed. If you work with so many people, if you work with group, if you work with different kind of people, you talk to them interdisciplinary, right? So interdisciplinary, I have given several examples that how this branch gives you an opportunity of interdisciplinary. So this means that as far as professional growth is concerned, you have very high opportunity as compared to any other branch. Higher study, if you go for higher study, you are developing professionally, your professional growth, working with different people and from different area, various technical and cultural club. This is another opportunity which I will highlight, that along with your study, in your focus area, in your passionate area, you have to participate in different activity, event, and that give you exposure, that develops your professionalism and personality. So we have such an opportunity which gives you your professional growth, right? For example, we have a lot of professional activities, right? Professional activity. Some of you might have heard about IEEE, right? The Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineer. This is in my personal opinion, every engineer and would-be engineer should be a member of this organization. This organization gives you an opportunity which no other organization, professional organization, will give you. Sitting here, if you admit and if you join IEEE and you are a student, IEEE student member, and if you talk to a professor, well-established professor or MD of any Bell Lab, for example, in USA, and you just give a reference, I'm so and so, I'm a student, IEEE student volunteer at this student branch, within 24 hours, you will get the reply. No other organization will give you this opportunity because of professionalism, because of this organization, the people, those who are there, 4.25 lakh professional members are there, right? And 1.25 around the student members are there. They are so kind, so humble, technically so excel. This is where we have, and in our school and university level, we have a lot of activities of this IEEE, which is a means to develop your professionalism and so on. Other than that, we also have several other ACM, we have IET, we have, those are professional organizations. We often invite expert lecture from industry, from outside professor. We invite seminar. We do activity. We have competition and many other. Where you have the you have to organize. You will, in organizing you will get leadership quality. You attend it if you don't want to organize, and you listen to those experts who are so knowledge transfer, right? Through competition, through seminar, through webinar, through quizzes, and many things which you participate. So at annual event, we have several events throughout. It continues, right? So this is how professionalism you develop through all these activities. You see student participation in other activities like quizzes, project demonstration, and many other. We organize conference, seminar where you participate. What happens with this? This is apart from your study, right? So these all develops your personality, leadership quality, and professional development, right? So we do all these activities. Student participation, we have a college magazine, right? Every school, we have a magazine, and it is edited by you. The story is written by you, anything you feel. This, what happens with this? Because of this, what is that you get it, right? So these are all skills that it develop within you, and you become a perfect engineer, not only in the subject of technicality, but personality development, the professional development, and so on. Student, at some of the project participation, you have the facility to go if your project is shortlisted, and if the exhibition is in Delhi, you can go to Delhi. If exhibition is in Netherlands, you go to Netherlands, and anywhere. So those possibilities also exist, right? And it is there, and lot of the students, they participate in and they develop various types of project, and some of them they get award. They are the winner within the country, outside the country, inter-college, inter-university, inter-department. You have a lot of such type of opportunities within the doing the projects and so on. So some of this you can see, it is done by you with the mentoring from faculty. So we keep on doing all this activity where the student participate, not only our own student, but outside the student. When you talk to other college, university student, this is what happened. I told you already, the group work, working with other people, it gives you not only the technical knowledge, know-how, but also the professional growth, the outreach, visibility, that you know how people do, other people do, and what information I can get, right? So these are all the opportunity that is available to you. Okay, and it is not specific to the Bangalore campus. I'm talking about everywhere in all our campuses it is happening, right? Now at Bangalore, coming to our EC department, right? So what we have in EC department, so we have two program of UG undergraduate, that is EC, Electronics and Communication Engineering, and Electronics and Computer Engineering. And we house around 1,200 students in EC department, right? So this is one of the biggest. Apart from the UG program, we also have PG program, that is MTech. So right now we have master in VLSI design, we have robotics and automation, and we are planning advanced communication as well as cyber physical system from coming year. So these are apart from this, we have a PhD program in the university, right? And more than 60 research scholars, the PhD they are doing in our department. So you can see the strength of our EC department at the Bangalore. And without doubt, I say Bangalore, you may be knowing, it is a Silicon Valley of India, right? So there is a huge scope either for internship, for industry work. A lot of things are there which is available in this campus, and all those common programs that we have said, it is across the university, it is across the schools and department. In addition to that, we have now minor and major concept, that if you are doing major as ECE, you can do honors as AI, as a data science, or you can do minor in, let's say, electrical vehicle, which belongs to electrical department. So those are interdisciplinary with major and minor. We have introduced from this year, and when you are getting admission, you will have this opportunity to do. So you might do EC as a major and CSE of one as a minor, or mechanical as a minor, or biotech as a minor, and so on. If you want to do more into that, this program is called honors degree. So major with honors in AI, right? So those options are available. We also have number of electives starting from 5th semester of your undergraduate, right? So you can choose the elective, and we have agreed, many industry experts, they have agreed to deliver the electives. So this means that it is possible for you to get the elective taught by industry expert. And what are those electives? Electives are designed to fit into requirement of industry. So the industry expert, apart from the teacher, will be teaching some of the elective modules, right? So that provision also exists. In addition to that, internship available, job available in organization like ISRO, DRDO, Intel. You take any company, they are there, and the student do internship as well as they get job. In fact, all eligible student of ECE, what I'm saying eligible, there is a certain minimum score. So if you score that minimum, everybody get placed. So 100% placement, you can say. Those who are not interested, they want to go startup, they want to do themselves. Okay, so somebody 10% they go for master program, they go master. But those all eligible get placed in ECE department. Okay, so job is certain to almost everyone. We are 40 faculty right now, and we are hiring always. When we find good faculty, we hire them. So it is not like that we hire semester wise or so. Anytime we are open to hire, and we hire very, very good faculty, those who have industry background, those who have outside education, those who have worked outside. So out of 40 faculty right now, we are hiring, we have planned to hire 20 more faculty. And right now out of 40, almost 50%, 18, they are PhD holder, doctors. And rest other, they are doing PhD. So that is the department strength you have right now here, ECE. Infrastructure, because we should have hands-on. right? Lot of labs are available, and the existing lab is being upgraded right now. Right now, so you can see, you take VLSI, semiconductor industry, communication, digital. We have all these undergraduate labs which are available. So, so you have theory courses and you have the lab where you get a chance to work, to understand, to visualize how the system works. And as I mentioned, the student go for higher study, lot of university, as you can see the left side. So university like Netherlands, university like USA, in UK, in European country. So the people go and you take any industry, the student get placed, whether it is IBM, Infosys, Synopsys, Intel, Oracle, those you have number of student, they get placed in this means in this industry. Okay, and as I mentioned, all eligible get placed. Okay, all eligible student get placed, and Amrita is the ideal place for you. So looking at all of this, now what there is the doubt why one cannot select and cannot opt for Amrita, right? So I would like to summarize to you, the communication technology is necessary in any industry, and electronics is integral to it. Communication cannot happen without electronics. Therefore, what is most suitable branch than ECE? Okay. Graduating with ECE offers plenty of opportunity in coming years. I have highlighted few of them, but you take any industry, be fit there. Right? Learn core subject. And since you see the minor and major, major and minor, so my personal advice is learn a core and then add on with a minor to your degree. And you can excel in your career and you will be the world leader tomorrow. So let's say you do ECE, and then you take in the final year or last 2-3 semester AI or data science, and you will rule the world. Okay? Learn from university institute which offers this type of opportunity, and you have that class of infrastructure, whether they are faculty, they are the lab, or the courses options that you have, industry collaboration, you have international opportunity that I did not mention, but you have seen in our video that we have close to around 200 international university opportunity student exchange program. Either you do internship, you do thesis work there, or you go for 5 months, or you do 3+2. Plenty of opportunity from abroad universities available to you, right? So lot of possibilities that you have, and therefore my recommendation: join Amrita, choose Amrita, and join your branch of interest where you have the passion for. And for any clarification, any doubt, any question, any query, you can send me an email at this, and I will be very happy to reply you. Just mention that you have attended this webinar and you have this query. Please clarify. I will clarify you. So with this, I think I can end it, and there are time for the question, and I will be happy to answer any of the question.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing this valuable insight with our students. So now we are moving to Q&A session. Sir, there is one question asked by Mithun. Do we have any specialization in ECE at Amrita?
Yes, so specialization, as I mentioned, so if you take further specialized course related to ECE, we call it as a specialization, and also we call it as honors degree. So major you are doing in ECE, and you can do honors degree. Honors degree like AI, artificial intelligence. Honors degree like CSC, honors degree like data science, honors degree like autonomous vehicle, honors degree robotics and autonomous. These are options available as a honors. We call it as a specialization EC in the undergraduate itself.
Okay,
Right.
thank you, sir. And next question is, what is the future for EC after 4 years?
So I think the person might have sent this information much before. So I highlighted few industry, right? Starting with the semiconductor. I highlighted agriculture. I highlighted medical, e-health. I highlighted autonomous vehicle, right, for tomorrow. And you take any industry without EC, without communication, we cannot establish industry, we cannot run the industry, we cannot justify the industry. So everywhere in all this university, tomorrow, I mean not university, industry, we have to have a smart system, we have to have intelligent system, we have to have automatic system. Now, how this automatic will happen, how these devices will be intelligent, how these devices will be autonomous, how these devices will be smart. Without electronics and communication, they cannot be smart. They cannot be intelligent. Who is going to do electronics and communication? It is ECE graduate.
Okay, thank you, sir. And next question is, could you please give us an idea about the minors for EC, which we are offering at Amrita?
Yes, so minor is like you are doing a major in ECE, and then you can take some component of minor which you have interest in mechanical. So ECE with minor of other branch mechanical, with minor of electrical like electrical vehicle, or with minor of grid communication, or with a minor of other biotechnology or space technology. So these are many other minors which are available along with ECE. So you opt for any minor. In most of the area, it is available across the university, which will be offered at any place, whether it is a Bangalore, it is a Amitapuri, or any place.
And that's all from our side, sir. And thank you so much. Again, I'm thanking for joining us today. And thank you all for joining us today. And we'll see you on next episode. This is me, Parvati, signing out.
Okay, thank you. So any query, any question, still my email is highlighted. You are most welcome. And thank you for attending this session. Thanks a lot.